The Arkansas Business Hall of Fame, established in 1999 by the Sam M. Walton College of Business to honor the state's extraordinary business leaders who dared to dream. They imagined how things could be. They transformed their visions into enduring enterprises. They inspired others to believe in their aspirations. We celebrate a decade of dreams by honoring 4 new inductees into the 2008 Arkansas Business Hall of Fame. Their many achievements in the banking, financial services, and utility industries have enriched the lives of all the people of Arkansas and the nation. Their dreams for a better world will impact generations to come. Our first inductee, William H. Kennedy Jr., made a significant impact on Arkansas through his national leadership in banking and his devotion to the community. He came from the greatest generation and built institutions to last. William H. Kennedy Jr. was born in 1917 in Pine Bluff, Arkansas. He became an all-around athlete for Hendrix College. Before going overseas as a Marine Corps officer in World War II, he served as an aide to President Franklin D. Roosevelt. He received the Purple Heart for his service after being wounded on Iwo Jima. Mr. Kennedy married Marlena Lowe in 1947, and they had 5 children. For 10 years, he worked at Arkansas Power and Light to bring industry to the state. In 1957, he joined National Bank of Commerce of Pine Bluff as Executive Vice President. Using the discipline he'd learned in the Marines, he moved up quickly, becoming president in 1965 and chairman in 1978. The American Bankers Association and its 14,000 members elected Mr. Kennedy as its president in 1981. In this position, he reached out to gain consensus among banks of all types. The high point of his term was his leadership in the successful repeal of a proposed 10% withholding on interest and dividends. A 1983 Fortune magazine article cited his effort, saying, "Without his unpretentious grit, the campaign would have ended differently." A 1983 U.S. News & World Report article titled "Who Runs America?" named Mr. Kennedy the 3rd most influential American in the area of finance. He took the National Bank of Commerce from $45 million in assets to $200 million when he retired in 1984. No mean feat for a bank in the Delta.
He would be remembered by those that knew him as a mentor to bankers, particularly young bankers. The state of Arkansas, even today, is populated by people that he helped train. People like Lunsford Bridges at Metropolitan National Bank and James Stovall, who used to be with Worthen Bank and Fabco in Northwest Arkansas.
He served as a director and chairman of the board for Worthen Banking Corporation, which had acquired National Bank of Commerce.
And he worked for many, many years to bring the McClellan-Kerr navigation system to fruition, to being. He was a believer that if you could make the Arkansas River navigable, the state of Arkansas would reap untold benefit. And he was inducted into the Arkansas River Hall of Fame as a result of those efforts.
He also served as president of the Arkansas Chamber of Commerce and the Arkansas State Council on Economic Education. He was a trustee of the Midwest Research Institute.
He spent so much time trying to better the southeast part, the Delta region of Arkansas. He seemed to lead a life of service as much as he did a life as a professional businessman. That's what he was about. Service to the state of Arkansas, service to the citizens of Pine Bluff, and of course service to the nation, both as a soldier and as a member of the Bankers Association.
He said, "I learned a long time ago, when a community is good to you, you ought to respond in kind." For his leadership in the nation's banking industry and his commitment to a better state, Mr. William H. Kennedy Jr. is deserving of the Arkansas Business Hall of Fame. Our next inductee, Harvey C. Couch, moved Arkansas into the 20th century by bringing electricity to rural communities and raising the standard of living for thousands. He also invested in a phone company, radio station, and several railroads.
He was a true entrepreneur, and he was a true visionary.
Harvey Couch was born in 1877 in Calhoun, Arkansas, to Tom and Mamie Hurd Couch.
And then moved to the big town of Magnolia. I had a teacher, Pat Neff, who inspired him to study, and he tutored him along to get him along in school, and he knew that he had a great mind and that he could go places.
Pat Neff became governor of Texas, and Mr. Couch went on to build empires. At the age of 21, Mr. Couch was hired as a mail clerk on the railroad between St. Louis and Texarkana. After seeing telephone poles being raised along the track, he was inspired to bring long-distance service to rural Arkansas. He formed the North Louisiana Telephone Company, which Southwestern Bell bought in 1911.
So when he sold that for over $1 million, then he had some capital then to start the power company.
Mr. Couch had married Jessie Johnson in 1904, and they had 5 children. In 1913, with a $500,000 line of credit, he made an agreement with a lumber company to use sawdust as fuel to generate electricity. By 1914, the towns of Arkadelphia and Malvern were lit up by the generators at the lumber company. By 1920, Mr. Couch's Arkansas Light and Power Company supplied electricity to 33 communities. He also established Mississippi Power and Light and Louisiana Power. Then he combined the 3 properties to create an integrated electric system. After fighting with a subsidiary of General Electric over coverage in Arkansas and Louisiana, the companies joined together, making their Middle South properties into one large interconnected system. Mr. Couch's company became Arkansas Power and Light. AP&L was unified with its sister companies to make the system that is known today as Entergy. Mr. Couch built 2 dams along the Washita River. He named one Remmel Dam for the man who helped him get the permits, and the other Carpenter for a peace officer who helped him find the locations.
He wanted to name the lake after his wife, Jessie, and she absolutely said no. I mean, she was a very unobtrusive, sweet lady, and so he named it for Catherine, and so it's been Lake Catherine ever since, and so I've been Little Catherine ever since.
He named the other lake after his trusted lawyer, C. Hamilton Moses. Mr. Couch built Arkansas's first radio station, WOK from Pine Bluff. He had begun investing in railroads in the 1920s. He merged the Louisiana and Arkansas Railway and the Kansas City Southern Railroad in 1939 and became president. In 1931, President Herbert Hoover appointed Mr. Couch as a director in the Reconstruction Finance Corporation. His efforts constituted the precursor of the Public Works Administration. He helped initiate such projects as the Huey P. Long Bridge and the San Francisco-Oakland Bay Bridge. At his Lake Catherine home, Couchwood, Mr. Couch frequently hosted roundups of people of national stature. Time magazine even covered one such gathering in 1934. In 1936, he served as chairman of the Arkansas Centennial Celebration, which President Roosevelt attended.
I guess he died like 6 weeks after I was born, but he had a cradle that he had made for me, so he got to see me, and that was always such a big deal to Mother that he got to see me before he died.
For his vision and ingenuity in bringing Arkansas into the 20th century and his commitment to a better nation, Mr. Harvey C. Couch is deserving of the Arkansas Business Hall of Fame. Our next inductee into the Arkansas Business Hall of Fame, William H. Bowen, took a small neighborhood bank and led it to become Arkansas's largest. A lawyer and a banker, Mr. Bowen's dedication to building a strong Arkansas economy and his commitment to public service have made him one of the state's leading citizens. Bill Bowen was born in Altimer, Arkansas in 1923 to Bob and Ruth Falls Bowen. During World War II, he served as a Navy fighter pilot. He married Constance Wanasek in 1947, and they had 3 children. He graduated from the University of Arkansas School of Law and also received a master's in taxation from New York University. After working in Washington for the U.S. Justice Department Tax Division, Mr. Bowen became a partner in the Little Rock law firm of Smith, Williams, Friday, and Bowen. During this time, as president of the Little Rock Chamber of Commerce, he led the city's efforts to attract new industry. He began his banking career in 1971 when he joined Commercial National Bank, the state's 5th largest. He made the career change to allow him the time to work in the community to produce a stronger Arkansas. As president, Mr. Bowen initiated an aggressive marketing plan to move the bank from the back of the pack to one that asked for the business.
One of Bill's lasting contributions to Arkansas was his brainchild, his formation of the National Advisory Board for the Commercial National Bank. The time frame was the late 1970s. Bill was concerned about the number of young people who had great talent, great brain power, who were educated in our state but would move. I think Bill made a lasting contribution to a number of governors, both Republican and Democrat, of having this brain trust from around the U.S., Arkansans with deep roots here, but terrific business experience outside the state, in bringing them to our state and coming up with ideas to make Arkansas a better place.
Mr. Bowen set up a holding company, Commercial Bank Stock Corporation, which began acquiring small banks. In 1983, Commercial National Bank merged with First National Bank, creating First Commercial, the state's largest bank, for which Mr. Bowen served as chairman and CEO.
Bill was an outspoken lecturer both in the law community and in the banking community on ethics, before ethics was a cool topic. Bill Bowen was busy up at the Stonier Graduate School of Banking at Rutgers University teaching an ethics course during the 70s and 80s and even into the 90s, and Bill set the standard.
Although Mr. Bowen retired from the bank in 1990, it continued to grow and merged with Regions Bank in 1998 with a purchase price of $2.65 billion. After Governor Bill Clinton announced his candidacy for president in 1991, he asked Mr. Bowen to head his staff at the governor's office, saying, "I can honestly say that I could not have run for president if it weren't for Bill Bowen's selflessness and dedication to public service." In 1993, Mr. Bowen became president and CEO of Health Source Arkansas Ventures Incorporated, which partnered with St. Vincent Health System to oversee the creation of a new HMO. His commitment to education is legendary. He served on Philander Smith College's board and as its campaign chairman, raising $30.5 million. He was president of the University of Arkansas Endowment and Trust Fund and received a Distinguished Alumnus Award in 1976. He joined the initiative to bring Little Rock University into the University of Arkansas system.
As he retired from banking, he became dean of the University of Arkansas Little Rock Law School and gave back to his profession. For his generosity, for his leadership there, it was renamed the William H. Bowen School of Law, and deservedly so.
For his leadership in banking and his determined commitment to his community and the state, Mr. William H. Bowen is deserving of the Arkansas Business Hall of Fame. Our next inductee, Lee Bodenhammer, used his financial expertise to launch an insurance company and investment firm and pioneered financial services that have impacted thousands of retirees. His commitment to higher education will affect the achievements of future generations. Lee Bodenhammer was born in 1934 in El Dorado, Arkansas. Despite the fact that his father had passed away before he was born, Mr. Bodenhammer managed to attend the University of Arkansas College of Business Administration, where he earned a degree in business and an MBA. In 1957, Mr. Bodenhammer became an investment analyst for finance professor Harold Doolin, who had founded the Participating Life Insurance Company, the country's first commercial variable annuity company. Mr. Bodenhammer served as controller, secretary-treasurer, and vice president of investments before entering Harvard in 1963 to get a doctorate. In 1967, Dr. Bodenhammer joined the faculty of the Harvard Graduate School of Business. To earn extra money, he started a variable annuity company to sell products to insurance companies in the summer of 1968. Despite SEC, stock market, and insurance industry challenges, he resigned from Harvard in 1970 and focused on his company in Boston and Little Rock.
Bodie was brilliant. He still is brilliant. Had a very successful career in the First Variable Life, which was the actual first variable life insurance company in America.
He moved the business to Little Rock. First Variable Life's fixed and variable annuity contracts consistently ranked high nationally in terms of investment returns. Monarch Capital Corporation had initially invested in the company. In 1985, it acquired 100% ownership. At the time, First Variable Life had 75 employees, over 2,500 agents, and $331 million in total assets. In 1977, Dr. Bodenhammer had begun Meridian Management Company as an investment management division of First Variable. In 1980, the World Bank became its first client, selecting Meridian to manage a portion of its multi-billion-dollar employee retirement fund. Meridian continued to add national clients such as Georgia Pacific and Seagram's. A 1983 Barron's article said, "Lee Bodenhammer is a contrarian who practices what he preaches. He's been scouring Smokestack America for values while the crowd's been caught in the high-tech craze." Dr. Bodenhammer's strategy was to buy stocks that Wall Street didn't follow. His interest was in what the stock would do in 3 to 4 years.
Bodie has always been forward-thinking, and I think the most important lesson that I have ever learned from Bodie is that most of us don't look far enough down the road. We think in terms of 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, 1 year. Bodie is looking years down the road with his planning, and that's one of the reasons he's been successful.
In 1993, Dr. Bodenhammer sold his interest to 3 younger portfolio managers, but continued to work with clients until 2001 when he retired.
Bodie has been brilliant with his investments. He has given back to the university in a big way. The Bodenhammer Fellowships are wonderful for the deserving students. And so Bodie's the real deal.
To date, 73 students have received the nationally prestigious Bodenhammer Fellowships. The fellowships are but among the countless many ways that Dr. Bodenhammer has served the university. In fact, the Alumni Association awarded him Outstanding Volunteer in 1994 and the Citation of Distinguished Alumni in 2003. For his savvy financial expertise and his impact on future generations of students, Dr. Lee Bodenhammer is deserving of the Arkansas Business Hall of Fame.